Hey y'all. Well, sorry it's been a minute, but here is the Thursday reading that I promised. It's been a little wild. I was going to go to Nashville a few weeks ago. Didn't make that trip. Wound up. It was a really good thing that I didn't go. But it's really interesting how a lot of times when you're guided to do certain things, sometimes it's an intention to make plans to do something, and those don't go through. Sometimes stops you from doing something else as well. So in other words, you may make plans to do something and it may be in your calendar, and then other things pop up and you're like, no, I can't go do these because I have this particular thing scheduled in my calendar. Well, that thing that you've already had scheduled in your calendar, the time comes, and then that falls through for various reasons. It could be because of illness. It could be any reason. You're going to hear my dogs bark in the background. But then you start to see as the story unfolds that it allowed you an open ability to have space and time for either yourself or something else, instead of filling that space. Those are lessons that I've learned. I have traveled a bit. I did go to Muscle Shoals. I did take one video down there of me chanting, but my voice was a little off, and so I haven't posted it. But maybe I will, and just show that I wasn't feeling great, and that there's a couple of times my voice cracks, and just show that it's okay to do that. But I did go to a very special place, and we're going to talk about that today. So today we're going to do a reading with three different decks, but before we get there, I'm going to introduce you to something. So here we go. This beautiful, very black pendulum. So it's story time as well. So one of the reasons why I went to Muscle Shoals is I went to a place called the Witchahappy Wall. The Witchahappy Wall has sacred stories, sacred items, and even a sacred person is embedded into the wall of this sacred space. Now, I cannot do the story of this wall justice, so in the comment sections, I'm going to give you some links to the Witchahappy Wall and to a really cool documentary that talks about Muscle Shoals and the music industry down there, that you'll kind of understand. If you're going to follow along with me, you're going to kind of understand who I am and how I operate and why music is so important to me. So now let's fast forward to this wall. So this wall was built by someone who was honoring their grandmother. Like I said, I'm not going to dishonor that story right now too much, but I do know that I've had very special interactions there, and was very lucky to have met the son of the man Tom. Met Trace the first time I went, who is the grandson of which the wall was built for. So it has a spirit section as well, and it has a young indigenous girl interned into the wall. One of the things that I learned that day is, in places like this, people will leave trinkets upon her in places within this wall that's built. The story that came there to me that day, because I was fortunate enough to meet Trace, is he was talking about sometimes people leave items in hopes that their lives would change and that things would integrate. At this moment, I had a really interesting conversation with Trace as the other people walked by, and we looked each other in the eye, and I had my clear crystal pendulum on me that I had gotten from a particular source several years ago. Many years ago. I've had it a long time. And I kept getting messages before I got there that I needed to leave my pendulum there. And I thought, well, my spouse, Chad, who was riding with me, is going to think I'm insane. But this continued until I got there, and it continued to get louder. And so I was like, okay, even to the point to where the necklace it was holding on was literally pulling on my neck. I'm having a conversation with this man, Trace, that I've never met before, and he looks like just your average farmer. Someone that wouldn't have what I'm going to call a little bit of the woo to him. But I stare at this man, and he stares back at me. And I tell him that I'm a seer. And he says, I can tell. And he says, so am I. And I say, I can tell. Now, the conversation was a bit more complex than that, but we'll leave it at that. I then proceeded to ask him to turn my pendulum into the wall, that I not just leave it. For I believe that we were sent there that moment for me to hand that to him. He took it from me. I went into the woods to chant. I had some spirit messages there into some different places from my ancestors. And we went about our way. The amount of things that happened and occurred after that, they'll just have to come into the story time as they come. So now, I introduced you to the amethyst, which I've been using many years after that. I'd been getting many messages before I went to my trip on Muscle Shoals. I wondered what it was I needed to leave at the wall. And I finally knew that I needed to leave the amethyst. Now, the amethyst itself, the angel itself, has multiple stories that go with it. It's done multiple readings. It's done readings in things that have blown my mind. And an amethyst itself carries its own energetics. I love the stone. It's beautiful. But I understood that it was time for it to go. So, the week before I left, she sat on my porch, on my front porch with my plants before they all came in for the winter. And I sat this one, this antique glass crystal chandelier piece. I have several of them. It's been in my sewing room. It has other spiritual meaning to it. But I set it with something of my daughter's, something of my son's, something for my husband and I, for his parents, my ancestors, both of my parents, for our friends, for my childhood, and even for both of our siblings. I set it for my nieces, my nephews, my grandchildren. You can see just swinging how amazing it is, just swinging away, swinging towards me with a yes. Just swinging away with a yes, because my chest is facing this way. All right, can you stop, please? Thank you. Okay, so that brings us to here today. So I took this one, and when we got there, I asked, can you show me where you are? And so let me show you some things. So I said, can you show me yes? And we get a yes. Right, can you stop? You see the wind's blowing too, and it's gonna go even with the wind blowing. You show me no. Can you gotta move no? Can you show me maybe? No, it's gonna go clockwise. Right, and can you stop? And can you show me? I can't tell you right now. I don't know. I really can't tell you right now. All right. There you go. Thank you. All right. So here we go. So welcome. This is our new fun thing until it's clear, it's clean, and we'll tell some more stories about you. But I love the fact that it's glass. It's still made by the earth, still made a little bit by human hands, and that it's black and it's reflective. It just bounces stuff off, boom, out of there. So there we go. Very purposeful. All right. So here we go. We're going to do a reading today. I'm going to put this to the side for now. We're going to talk about the decks that we're going to be using. This is this little cute little pink deck. I picked up. I have no idea. It just comes with this little thing. I just liked it. I picked it up in a thrift store. I just liked that it was pretty, and this is during a period of time. I bought a few decks off and on in places where I'm building the deck, the Americana deck, which comes out in December. So this is just simply, it's just a Rider-Waite deck that's pink. I love the energy of this. I love that it has some of the tools and things that you need. You can hear my dog going crazy because the neighbors are coming home. But I love that it has some of those pieces. So I can't tell you who presented this deck. I will tell you that when I do buy something like this, it sits in pink Himalayan sea salt and rose petals outside in a closed up box on my porch for days on end until I either know that it's ready, told that it's ready, or otherwise. This is another sweet little deck. This is the Oracle deck we're using today. So we're going to use 2 oracles and 1 tarot deck. And this is by one of my favorite YouTubers. I love Angel. You can pick up one of her decks on her website. I think it's called theNordicEld.com, and I'll put that information in there. But I love her. She's amazing. This is Angel Skog, and it's called the little deck. So it's just really cute and really small here. So we'll look at those. And this is the other, I'm sorry, I said 2 oracles. I meant 2 tarots. I've got, my apologies, I'm dealing with a little bit of a migraine today, and I told myself, get up, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So here we are. Maybe Ava will be quiet in just a moment. And so the other deck we're going to use, this is absolutely beautiful. This is called the Tarot of the Divine. It is by Yoshitani. It is inspired by deities, folklore, fairy tales from around the world, and it's just really pretty. I've noticed, I bought this a couple of years ago, and I've noticed more people using it. So here. So I'm going to shuffle. I've been shuffle here. We're just going to do what's going on. Okay. Now, I've already done my own readings for the day, so these aren't necessarily for me. Okay. I've already gone in, and this is all cleared of, not going to be with my energy. Okay. So here we go. All right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I'll set that there, and I'm going to put a little piece of selenite on that for just a moment. I'm going to go in and we're going to shuffle this oracle deck. Oh, this one flipped over, so we're going to keep this little baby. One, two, three. We're going to put a stone here for just a moment, and here we're going to go in and we're going to shuffle our little pink deck. Pink is soft. A lot of people say they really hate pink. It is actually one of my favorite colors. Also really like red too. There's, quite honestly, there's not I think because I'm an artist, there aren't really any colors I truly hate. Here we've got a card flipping, so we're going to lay that one out. There are sometimes more colors that I'm drawn to than others at times. but I think that pink is soft and full of intimacy and love. And it also kind of maybe reminds me of the softness of my grandmother and some other things. I'll pull a few of those out. All right, so here, let's get started. 1, 2, 3. Deck here. I'm going to remove this selenite, put this one here, remove this selenite, put this one here, put this selenite back right here. Okay, here, let's pull out and let's see what we've got going on today. All right, so we're going to grab few of these. In the upright position, we have the 5 of Wands. You can see there, this 5 of Wands. Okay, really great card. This card is like public recognition. I love that here, public recognition, victory, progress, self-confidence. It represents also it's movement, balance, solutions, harmony, and healing and empathy. So another thing is that you're past the midway point too. You're no longer at a 5. You're like moving towards some things. So things are starting to, like, you know, people are starting to recognize and understand there's some passion there that's understanding. Here's a temperance card. Love this. So temperance has to do with balance and harmony. Once again, this has to do with balance and harmony. So here's this temperance that you've been looking for, asking for, keeping the 1 foot in and 1 foot out, trying to keep the patience, trying to keep the calmness. And it looks like you're doing, you know, what you've been doing is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Even as complicated as it is, it's kind of paying off there. So, you know, just keep that balance of what you're doing right now. And here, this Ace of Wands is in reverse, okay? So that means that something started out, like you were just like, seriously? You know, this was something that did not get off to the way in which you wanted it to, it was supposed to, but you balanced yourself enough in understanding in the temperance that because you kept your foot and you kept yourself and you stayed grounded in what you believed in, you have some victory in what that is and what that means. So, you know, just you made the right decision and right choices as far as that goes. So let's leave those there for just a moment. Let's see what this Oracle card has to say. Oh, wow. Interesting. So this says moods, and I love that it's sideways. So once again, we've just had moods. We've had cycles. We're talking about temperance. We're talking about different things. We have today is the opening day. Today is the beginning of Scorpio. You want to talk about the creator of beautiful chaos. Scorpio is here, and Scorpio does not mess around. Now, Scorpio will shake you up, rattle you. Scorpio is full of love and compassion, but do not mess with her. Okay? So we are in karmic and beautiful state. We have just left Libra. Still a little bit of that energy going on because we're just on the 23rd. So we're just rolling into that today. Libra is the queen of, she's balance and justice. We are there again, and it looks like here, once again, we've got plants here. I have spent the past few days bringing in my plants, focusing on myself, making my world balanced and better to make myself a better person for the other people and myself, so I can be more balanced and be better for others. Here, I'll go back and pull some more oracles. Here, let's pull a couple of tarot cards from this beautiful deck of divine, beautiful stories and fairy tales from around the world and see what happens. So let's see. I'm just going to pull some of these out. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. 2 court cards. You've got the King of Wands, the King of Fire, the King of Movement, understanding this king is going to burn it down to the ground for the betterment of the man. Think of burning things down in order to make things better. Okay? Passion, fire, love, to make things better. King of Cups, lots of love, lots of understanding, lots of there. But no matter what's going on, for whatever reason, the moods are still hitting and you can't get past them for whatever reason. You're still not happy. There's something that's not settled here, because this passion of this male dominant personality can also be a female. Sometimes I pull this because I'm a Leo. And the passion of this heart of Kings, there are things that are just not going right now. So no one understand that. Whatever your understanding, you know, that you're dealing with other people's moods and emotions. And Three of Swords. So Three of Swords represents heartache, kind of moving past some stuff. It's just like kind of like almost like being stabbed in the back a little bit. It's like, what am I dealing with now? It's like, good grief. You know, it's like just kind of a mess. So what you're dealing with, you are right, and whatever it is that you're talking about, that you understand that you are dealing with, and you are correct in that. The Sun. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, because the sun's going to shine on you and show that what you're dealing with is right. You're just going to keep, it's kind of like the sun's going to bleach the bones out, once again, of understanding, to show the world that what things are and what they aren't. So just keep moving forward with this. So here, what we're going to do now is I'm going to pull another couple of oracle cards here. We're going to pull this one that flipped over. Dreams. So maybe you've had your dream maker, dream catcher here, been upside down. Maybe you're having nightmares. So, and it's affecting your health. And stress levels are affecting your health. You need to relax and have a little bit of fun time and quit trying to focus on keeping up with the Joneses. It's okay to have fun, but it doesn't have to be at the expense of others. You can have your own fun, and it can be your own kind. Just because it's fun for somebody else doesn't mean it's necessarily fun for you. So choose your own fun. And one more. Curiosity. Be curious. Explore something different, something new, even if it scares you. All right, I'm supposed to pull one more of these. Oh, little dragonfly. You'll have some luck with this. You're going to get this. You're going to go forward with this. It's going to work out for you. You just got to keep pressing through, making sure that you are staying within your own moods, because you cannot control the moods of others. So, yeah. Ace of Swords, new beginning. Cut through the shit. Communication is best. Beginning of new communication and new sources of things. Yeah. The world's getting ready to bring itself back around. There's been a lot of stress and strife. The world's been turned upside down. It's time to flip it back around. And the Hermit. The Hermit's reversed here, letting me know that, you know, there is some time for some need to spend some time in meditation. If meditation isn't your thing, just spend some time in nature alone, and try to understand. Spend some time with a tree. Spend some time with a blade of grass. Go outside. You know, it doesn't have to be for 4 hours. Spend 15 minutes, set a timer, and then go back in. But spend some time outside and disconnect. But understand that you need some space, because what you're doing right now is not it's not healthy for you or the ones around you. So you need to heal and get some space. One more from this deck. Knight of Wands. And that is the rushing in of things. Too busy, too much. It's a lot of fun, but you've got to need some rest too. So here, let's pull from here. And sweet wish upon a star. You're doing the right thing. Just keep moving. The things that you've wished for. Just keep going. As long as you keep your head held up, follow your heart, do what you know is right, you're going to get what you want. And here we're going to do one more card and call it a day. I'm going to pull from this deck here. Okay, so we have the Lovers in reverse. This tells me there's some stuff going on that you need to take care of. The Lovers doesn't always necessarily have to do with a romantic relationship. Sometimes it can do with a very intimate friendship or relationship, but most often it has to do with an intimate relationship between lovers, spouses, and or partners. So this card's telling me there's some discord there. You are correct in that, and to protect your heart. Lovers can sometimes be attached to the Devil card because it means that you can be attached to things. No one understands that. There is a balance of you come first. There is this, you have to find a balance between putting someone else first and putting yourself first. You have to make sure that your heart is healthy and that you get your own me time in order to be better for others so you can be there for them. My spouse and I have been together for a long time. We were friends in high school. We dated afterwards, back and forth, blah, 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 blah. I would never give anyone their own advice. I don't know how to tell you that. I've had many people over the years ask me how we've done it. And here we are. All I can tell you is there have been times that I was unwell, physical illness, where I didn't really have much of anything to give but my heart, and I could only give 10% where he was giving 90%. There were times when I was giving 90% and he was giving 10% because of the weight of the world upon his shoulders. There's been times when we've both pitched in and it's been 50-50. There's been times while I slept that he gave 100%, and there's times that he slept that I gave 100%. There are times that I gave 30% and he gave 70%, and there are times that I gave 60% and he gave 40%, and vice versa as it goes on. I don't keep track. It's not all just a game to me. It's not all tis for tat or 50-50. It's a knowing and understanding when to step in and when to let go. And that's all I can say for our relationship. I can't tell you what to do for yours. And I can't tell you what to do with your loved ones. I just know what my experience has been, and all I can do is share mine. So, I want to say thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for your support. I'm going to be photographing Corey Brandon tomorrow night, the wood shop. I'm going to be photographing the wood shop and Jet Black and Callie Sue. So, look for that. Thank you all. Happy Thursday. Go have some fun this weekend, the weekend before Samhain. Go enjoy Scorpio season. But watch out. It's also karma season. So if there's things you need to get off your chest or take care of, I advise you do it. Me included. Alright, friends. Peace out. Love you.